If you're new to my YouTube channel, please click that subscribe button and remember to click the bell icon to get notifications of all my uploads throughout the week. Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So today I'm going to be working once again in my 5x8 Lapbook, and I'm going to show you how to create those flip out pages in the journal. So I'll switch over to my overhead camera and then we'll open up the journal and then we'll have a little chat about what I intend to do. So this is my 6x9 Lapbook. I'm just going to flip the book open just to show you exactly what it is that I was talking about. So one of those flip out pages are the pages that are hinged into one of the spines. In this case it's on the right, but it also flips out that way. So it's a double page that tucks in and then folds away. So you can have it that way or you can have it folding that way. It's entirely up to you which way around you want to do that. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to stick this in, and then I'm going to just basically decorate one of the ones in the 5x8 Lapbook. So I will just put that to one side for now to reveal the smaller 5x8. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the flip out page on the left hand side this time. So to do that, I just want to temporarily remove these signatures from that left hand side of the Lapbook, and because we did this in a kind of traveller's notebook style, it's easy just to remove the entire thing in one go, and they can be just added in again at a later date. This side was obviously stitched in using that 3-hole pamphlet stitch down the right hand side. So I'm going to be working on this side for now. So what I've done is I've taken 2 pieces of cardstock. It's only about £140, so it's probably the sort of card that you would use as a base for making a greetings card. And I've cut it at just slightly smaller than the actual size of the Lapbook itself. So instead of it being 5 inches by 8, I've cut it at 4 3/4 and 7 3/4. Did I do that, or am I lying to you? Seven and 7/8 by the looks of it. Yeah, so it was 1/8 of an inch shorter, sorry, and then 4 7/8. So just 1/8 of an inch smaller. There is a reason for that, because when it's all together and folded together, you don't want it to be, when you've got your hinge at this side, any wider than the page, otherwise it won't fold away and tuck away very, very neatly. So for the time being, we just want our cardstock. So I'm just going to move the Lapbook and put it to one side, and then bring in the 2 pieces of card. Now we want to create a small hinge in between the 2. So this will be the area that creates that folding bit. And for the purpose of this, I'm just going to use paper masking tape. So I'm just going to tear a piece off, and I'm just going to drop it straight down the middle. And then just give it a push with my thumb. And you can turn it over. Now you can, if you want to, you can just fold it over and then just trim it off. I'm only very lightly touching it with the scalpel. Give it a rub, push it in between, and then once again grab some more masking tape and do the same thing again at this side. So try and line it up to where you had it before. Maybe easier if you do it side by that way. And then I can line that up across the top, smooth it down, and then flip it over, and then just grabbing a straight edge, doesn't have to be ruled, it can be anything. You could use the edge of a stamp block if you want to, and just trim those little bits of excess tape away, and then you can just rub them together, and then you can fold both ways. I'm just going to use, now what happened there? Now for some reason they've jumped together and stuck. That's better. And you can just keep on working it. Just make sure that you've got a nice little bit of a crease. I'm not happy about that though. I don't know what happened there. It's not interfering, so we'll leave that as it is. Okay, so next step, we want to stick it into our Lapbook. So again, I'm going to grab one piece of tape and I'm going to put it just across. I'm going to try and see if I can get it straight, or as straight as can be. And then again, I'm just going to trim off the excess. There we go. And then bring the Lapbook back in, and then I'm going to turn it round and I'm going to line it up. And I don't want to get it right up against this crease here. I want it to be a little bit further away. I'm trying to get it in the middle, so we're just moving it across a tiny bit. Now the reason for that, I'm just going to push that down and I'm going to flip it over that way, because I'm going to add another piece of tape here, but also that gives us somewhere for that to lie when it's put away. So we've got that little bit of space. So grab the tape. Or you can use washi tape or duct tape or any other kind of tape for this. I'm using masking tape because it's flexible and sturdy. Just give that a push. But also it's made of paper, which means I can always just turn it over. I can always colour it if I need to. I'm just going to burnish that down and then just take my scalpel and very gently just remove that excess. There we go. I'll just drop that into my bin. So now we have that double page flip out already in place. So now it's time to decorate. So let's just move that to one side. And I've got a couple of sheets of 12 by 12 paper, which I thought would go rather nice inside that journal. And I have my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut at the same size that I cut the bases at. So 4 3/4, and then just open the arm out. Sorry, 4 7/8 and 7 7/8. That can be used as a pocket later on, but that's going to be one of the sheets that I use to cover And then I'm going to do the same thing at this side. I like that, so I'm going to cut that down there. The excess can be used later on. And then we've got 4 and 7/8 again. So those two will be used as two of the covers. Now I need 4 because we're going to decorate both sides. So I'm going to use this other sheet. Cut that. Exactly the same size as we discussed. All these spare pieces that I've got left over can be put in a pile for creating pockets later on. Trim her away. I cleaned my glass cutting mat again with antibacterial gel that contains the alcohol, and my tape isn't sticking to it now. Most annoying. Okay, so let's bring the lapbook back in, and then we can open that up, and then you can see that once we glue these into place, it's going to hide where that masking tape joins, like so. So I'm going to grab some glue, and I'm just using spirit glue, but you can use whatever paper glue you normally use. This is almost gone. It's just a bit gloopy now. Just need to see if we can get rid of that. That's nasty. Right. Hopefully there's going to be enough left in here for me to finish this project. There we go. Now you can use PVA or whatever type of glue you have. I don't know whether there's any actually left in there. Let's do this side first. I know in my look it will be completely empty, and I've just not noticed. I think I am. I think I'm completely out, so I'll have to use PVA then, won't we? Right, back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. So, PVA. What was we saying? So I'm just going to add some PVA, and then just spread it around a bit. And I can use a little bit of spare card just to smooth it a little bit. That'll do. And then I can take the pieces that I want to use. What did we say? This one, wasn't it? And then just line that up with the edges of the paper. Swing it in, put a little bit of pressure down. There's the first one done. Grab the next piece. Piece of scrap. Doers. Then I can get the next piece. Which way around are we going to put it in? Let's do it that way. So again, line it up with the corners. and then just pop it down, burnish it with your fingers, and there's your first flip out page. And then we can just do the other two. Again, a bit of scrap. Like I said, I'm just using PVA. You can use any kind of scrap that you want, or any kind of glue that you want to, sorry. Alright, so trying to line that up again with the bottom and the corners. If you don't get it spot on first time, don't worry. You can disguise it later. That's what distress ink was invented for, disguising those areas where you've not quite managed to get it right. And then the next one. Adding your papers on after means that you get to disguise and lose all that masking tape. The only time you ever see it now is just where it joins there. There. And the final piece, drop it onto the corner, line it up, and then drop it down. Yeah, 1 or 2 seconds before it grabs. Here we go. Masking tape is just getting on my nerves now. It's just sticking to everything. I only put it there so that you don't get the glare from the light, but it's just... Anyway. Frustration abounds. And then you can grab your distress ink, and then you can start going around. I'm going to add in a little bit of that colour in there just to grunge it up, age it up a bit. You can use your archival inks or whatever inks you want to do, just to now start blending it in, make it look like it's been in there for years. You'd never know that it only just gone in. Glue's not quite grabbed that just yet. I mean, you can leave this till it dries completely before you attempt to do this. I'm just trying to do this so I can get it done in one sitting. So you can see how easy it is to add those pages into your book. But either way, flipped, tuck, fold, and then you can bring your Traveller's Notebook style pages back in. You can position them wherever you want. On the edge. There you go. And of course, if you want to add pockets onto this, you just add the pockets in exactly the same way that I showed you how to do that in the first video when I showed you how to create the basic structure for the Lapbook. So you can just add another pocket on there, or you can add a pocket on the inside here or there if you want to. Somewhere to add photographs or to stick tags, anything like that. To see what I've got that I can use just to tuck in. There we go. For decorating, you can use your own personal photos. The world is your oyster. So there you go. That's as simple as it is for creating one of those flip out pages, so you can do it either way, left or right, in your Lapbook. Put those pages away, drop that over the top, that over the top of that. There you go. Our Lapbook is looking really, really full now. I don't think there's anything else we could probably squeeze into there. So I think that's it now. I think I've shown you how to do everything in that Lapbook, and I'm sure if I've forgotten anything you will let me know in the comments below. So we've gone from the basic structure to decorating, to stitching in signatures into your Lapbook, into adding the Midori and Traveller's Notebook kind of pages into that, and also now the flip out pages, and you've seen how to decorate with the pockets and that kind of stuff. So I think that's everything. So I really hope you've enjoyed this series on how to create a Lapbook. If you have, please give the videos a thumbs up, share with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, without whose generosity and support these videos would not be possible. Thank you.